What's up, everyone? It's Brandon with Century Defense. Today I got in the first Romeo 2 optic that we've had in. I've been waiting on this optic for at least 6 months for them to send one over, and that way we can test it out and see what all the features are. So I'm super excited about this. We'll unbox it and see what it has inside the box. I'm going to install it on one of these P320 Spectre comp guns for our customer. He asked me what kind of optic he should put on it. So I told him I'd wait around and wait for this to come out, and we finally got one in today. So let's open up the box and see what's in there. All right, so we got a lot of tools and stuff, which is really cool. I've never seen this inside of an optics box before. I kind of did some research about it. I think this is a torque wrench, which is awesome. That way you don't have to go and buy a torque wrench. You don't have to worry about over torquing the screws on the optic. It's already set. It says 28 inch-pounds. So that's really cool that they include that. This looks like a lens pin. And then look at the optic itself. So just picking it up, I can tell you it's not the lightest optic that's on the market, but this thing feels super robust. And I think that's what they were going after for this optic, is going to be like duty rated optic. So what's cool about the Romeo 2s is that it comes with these different types of housings. So you can have it like a closed emitter or have it as an open emitter. You can choose whatever one you want to. I'm gonna put the closed emitter on it, but I think there's supposed to be some type of like polymer, some type of glass that fits in the back to actually enclose it. Might be in here. Battery. Yeah, so this is probably it right here. This is the other piece of glass that you use. So this fits over here, I believe, whenever you're installing it, and it turns it into a closed emitter optic. So you have a lot of versatility in the optic. The glass looks really clear, just like all of Sig's products. I was expecting that, but there's no distortion in it whatsoever. There's no blue tint. I'll hopefully try to hold that up in the camera to where you can see. So I know it's going in and out of focus, but there's no distortion, there's no magnification. Very clear optic. So it comes with a lot of things. I like that. I like how they included everything you could possibly need. While looking it up, it also has these features. I'll put it on the gun and we'll make another video about it. But this little piece right here, I don't know if this is a battery that you can exchange it out of, or if it's just a magnet piece, but there's a feature on this optic that if you have a magnet cover like this one, or a holster that has a magnet, once you put the optic cover over, it actually turns off the dot. And whenever you take it off, it turns it back on to save battery life, which is really cool. They also have a battery tray. So it's this little button right here that you push forward, I believe, and the battery tray slips out. So you don't have to uninstall the optic in order to put new batteries, which is a huge thing, especially in closed emitter optics. If you have like a battery tray right here, you'd have to take off the closed emitter part and then change out the battery. So they thought about that. It comes with backup sights onto the optic already, which is awesome. Multi different reticles. So you could have, I'm sure, the EOTech style reticle, the single dot, or just a round circle. The adjustments on the windage and elevation are flathead screwdrivers, which makes it so much easier than trying to find a tool and trying to figure out exactly what tool it takes to adjust it. You can probably adjust it on the fly. These are not very, very small. Like some of the Holosun optics are so small a flathead, it takes a special type of tool. This one, I'm sure any flathead that's about this size will work. So I'm sure everybody usually has those. You can probably do it with a pocket knife or something if you're really in a pinch. But on the shroud, how that works, you have this little bar, looks like, and it slips into here. And then it just kind of settles back over like that. So that's gonna be really nice. All right, got the Romeo 2 optic mounted on this P320 Spectre comp. This cover is a magnetic cover that turns off the optic, so that little piece right there is a magnet. and the optic is off now. So once I remove this, the optic turns on. for it. I can tell you that this little tool is amazing. I love this thing. I like how they included it into the package, because now I don't have to go and find any tools, and it is a torque wrench. So you just keep turning it, and once it applies the right amount of torque at 28 inch-pounds, you can still turn this, but the torque driver will stay still. So that's really cool. It made it super easy to install. Once you screw down the actual optic, you just flip this cover over, and then you have these two torque wrenches, the little Allen or torque keys that you Loctite down, and then the optic's set. The buttons are very responsive. They're countersunk into the housing, which makes it super nice. That way you're not accidentally bumping them inside of a holster or anything like that and changing the brightness settings. The adjustments on the windage and elevation is great. They're very tactile feeling, so you can hear the click, you can feel the click. It's gonna be super easy to adjust this optic whenever we get out on the range. The glass is phenomenal. I looked through it a couple times. The dot is super crisp. I think this is gonna be a very rugged optic. Another cool feature that they put in was this little piece of polymer right here. What that is a shell deflector. So if there's any type of gas or something like that that's starting to escape out, maybe like on the M17s, M18s, it will stop it from getting onto the lens, and it'll also stop the shell probably from hitting the lens. I thought that was a pretty cool little feature. I put it on there just in case. We'll see if it actually does anything a little bit later on. I'm excited to go and shoot this gun. Excited to see how the dot works and how it holds up over time. But it was super easy to install. Also the battery compartment, whenever you push this piece, I'll do it right now, you just push this little piece right here, and there's a ball detent that springs out the battery tray. So you push it forward, and that's it. So now it's out. So then you can pull it out. Whenever you go to click it back in, you hear the click, that thing resets, you're good to go. So changing batteries out. Whenever you push this piece, I'll do it right now, you just push this little piece right here, and there's a ball detent that springs out the battery tray. So you push it forward, and that's it. So now it's out. So then you can pull it out. Whenever you go to click it back in, you hear the click, that thing resets, you're good to go. So changing batteries out, super easy. They do have a setting where if you set the gun down for 2 minutes, the optic will automatically turn off. Whenever you pick it up, the optic will turn on to its last brightness setting that you had it on. So that makes it super convenient. Other than that, we'll go out and shoot it and see how it looks.
You just got jammed. You just got jammed. You just got jammed. You just got jammed. You just got jammed.